Don't miss any content. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell.
Hey guys, welcome back to Sahara Football. The UEFA Champions League match day 2 took place this week on Tuesday and Wednesday, and there were some 5 Ghanaian players on show and they were amazing. As usual, I'm your host Selassie Fiawe. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to review the Champions League from the perspective of the performances of Ghanaian players who were on show. Kojo Asamoah was involved in Barca's 2-0 win over Inter Milan. He had a torrid night against Lionel Messi, as anyone would. And also Thomas Partey was on target, as well as RICHMOND Boakye-Yiadom, who was a substitute. Joseph Painstil made his Champions League debut for Genk in their 0-0 draw with Napoli, and MATCHDAY's Red Bull Salzburg almost left Anfield with a draw. So I'll be looking at those performances in this video. As usual, if you're new to the channel, I advise you to subscribe to this channel and to click on the notification bell to get more updates. So match day 2 kicked off on Tuesday, and the top result of the weekend was Bayern's 7-2 drubbing of Tottenham Hotspur. Yes, you heard me right, it was 7-2. Bayern Munich were electric on the night. They were the top dogs on the night. Son gave Tottenham Hotspur the lead early on before Joshua Kimmich, with a few minutes after, scored the equalizer for Bayern, and that was it. Robert Lewandowski made it 2-1 before a hat-trick from player Serge Gnabry, who added a 4th to make it 4 goals in the same match, and also Robert Lewandowski getting his brace on the night. Harry Kane scored from the spot for them, but it was a mere consolation goal along with Son's goal, and Tottenham Hotspur were totally dismantled by Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich have a knack for North London now. They have been destroying Arsenal in the Champions League in recent times, scoring them 5-1 in their latest meeting, and my goodness, Bayern had a ball with a ball at White Hart Lane, and Tottenham did not have a response for this onslaught, this German machine that kept on steamrolling them. It was amazing. I couldn't believe what I was watching, and Bayern Munich were not letting up, and did not look like letting up if they had played over 100 minutes of football. But Tottenham Hotspur unfortunately lost their second game 7-2. The first game they drew 2-2, so they now have just 1 point. The first game they drew with Olympiacos. They have 1 point now, and Tottenham have an uphill task. They were finalists last year. They lost to Barcelona 4-2 last season in the group stages, but made it to the final. So you can't rule them out just yet. It's still the group stages. 4 more match days to go. Hopefully they can recover in time, but the Spurs team doesn't look like itself. It looks like a shadow of its former self last season, and we hope they can wake up. Mauricio Pochettino has come under heavy criticism. Some fans want him out. But what do you think about Spurs' performance versus Bayern Munich? Did you watch the game? Why did you watch it? What were your thoughts on that game? Let me know in the comments box. Another performance that I was impressed with: Cristiano Ronaldo scored his 128th Champions League goal in Juventus' 3-0 win over Bayer Leverkusen. Chelsea took on Lille in the Champions League, and after losing their first home game 1-0 to Valencia, they needed a win and they got it. Tammy Abraham scored on his birthday. 22-year-old Tammy Abraham, who might possibly play for England instead of Nigeria. But hey, congrats to Tammy Abraham on getting his first Champions League goal on his birthday. I start off with Barca versus Inter Milan, and Barcelona went to this game after a torrid season. I have to say, they've not had the best start to La Liga, but they still sit 2 points away from Real Madrid in the table. And Barcelona were looking to get back in shape. They welcome back Lionel Messi into their fray, and we all know the difference Messi can make in a game. He was instrumental once again. Inter Milan took the lead early on, but unfortunately for them, Barca rallied back in the second half with 2 goals from Luis Suarez, Messi with 1 assist, and he was amazing on the night. He was really the go-to guy on this occasion for Barcelona. It makes me wonder what FC Barcelona would do without Lionel Messi. Luis Suarez with an amazing volley for the equalizer before scoring from a quick 1-2 with Lionel Messi. Now, Barca have 4 points now from 2 games. They drew their first game 0-0 against Borussia Dortmund. Inter Milan have just 1 point after drawing their first game as well against Slavia Prague. Now, Kojo Asamoah was involved in this game and he had a torrid night defending against Messi. As would any defender in the world, the best of defenders have been beaten by Messi, and this was no news. Kojo Asamoah really struggled against the Argentine midfielder and linchpin for Barcelona. He was really worried down the line on the left hand side by Lionel Messi, and it was to be expected. So we ended 2-1 for FC Barcelona, and they go on to match day 3 with their heads held up high. It could have been worse. Inter Milan had so many chances to score 2 or more goals in the first half. Fortunately for Barcelona, they had Marc-Andre ter Stegen and a few offside calls that were right, I have to say, and they had those two to thank for that. So Barcelona 4 points on the board, Inter Milan 1 point. Kojo Asamoah there involved in 90 minutes of action. I move on to my next game, and it was Lokomotiv Moscow. They took on Atletico Madrid. I told you that during this game, that's when Atletico Madrid midfielder Thomas Partey's home was burgled. He was in Russia for this game with Atletico Madrid, and after that 2-2 enthralling, I have to say, 2-2 draw with Juventus on match day 1, they had it all to do to get a win against Lokomotiv Moscow to keep their hopes of making it to the knockout phases shining, and they did just that. Thomas Partey was on target on this occasion. They won 2-0 on the night, and Atletico Madrid got the 3 points they needed. Thomas Partey, after that impressive performance in the Madrid derby over the weekend, continued it with another stellar performance in this one, getting a goal to finish things off on the night. So it was how it ended, 2-0 for Atletico Madrid versus Lokomotiv Moscow. Thomas Partey on target. To my next game, Red Star Belgrade took on Olympiacos, and our very own Richmond Boakye-Yiadom was on target for Red Star Belgrade. He came off the bench in the 61st minute and got a header late on. It was a late goal in the 90+ minutes, and I'm happy to say Red Star Belgrade player Richmond Boakye-Yiadom, hopefully a Black Stars call-up is on the horizon for him, and he was on target in this one as a substitute for his Red Star side. They have 3 points now on the board, Olympiacos with 1 point, and it was how it ended. My next game, and it was Genk. They took on Napoli. Debut for Joseph Painstil. Yes, the Ghana under-23 player. We all know the under-23 World Cup is about to kick off, and Ghana Black Meteors have now seen their group, and Joseph Painstil made his Champions League debut. The game ended in a 0-0 draw for Genk in this game against Napoli at home, and Joseph Painstil thankfully made his debut. Last weekend he wasn't in the squad. Over the weekend before that he wasn't in the squad as well, but he's now back in the squad, and he made his Champions League debut. That's for the under-23 player with the Black Meteors. Liverpool took on Red Bull Salzburg, and almost Red Bull Salzburg left the Anfield with a point at least. Majid Oshmeru was a 78th minute substitute on this occasion. Red Bull Salzburg won their first game 6-2. They were 3 goals down as at the first half, and second half they came back from 3 goals down to make it 3-3 against Liverpool at Anfield. Mohamed Salah eventually got the winner for Liverpool. That was his second goal of the night. Sadio Mane as well was on target along with Robertson at left back. So that has been it for today. Looking at the performances of the 5 Ghanaian players who are involved in the Champions League, who do you think was your top performer? What do you think about the goals scored by Thomas Partey and Richmond Boakye-Yiadom? Let me know your thoughts about everything I've said here in the comments box. And that 7-2 drubbing of Tottenham Hotspur by Bayern Munich, what did you think of that? Is that the end of the road for Tottenham Hotspur? Should they forget about qualifying from the Champions League group stages? The thoughts are welcome in the comments box. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your day. Wafu Cup of Nations continues today. More highlights coming up your way. Have a great week.